Advanced materials company First Graphene has made great strides in developing new products for its high-quality graphene product, PureGraph. We're talking to First Graphene's Executive Director, Peter Yu, today to get the latest on one of the leading players in this exciting industry. Welcome, Peter.
Thank you, Björn.
Peter, it's been a very long time since the last interview with GOLDINVEST, and First Graphene is developing and commercializing products for a wide range of applications and industries. So before we get into the specifics, how are things going overall?
Yes, it has been some time since we spoke, and First Graphene's made considerable progress in the commercialisation of its PureGraph range of products. As you would be aware, in the last 9 months, we've executed supply agreements with Steel Blue Boots, Planar Tech and Aquatic Leisure Technologies. Development work continues with a range of companies wanting to incorporate our products into their materials to achieve a variety of improvements. And our research work includes development in new areas such as rubber and HDPE materials, and there's steady progress in those areas.
Okay, very interesting and good to hear. Did operationally First Graphene feel any pain from the COVID-19 pandemic?
Well, I think the whole world is feeling pain from COVID-19. Our facility at Henderson in WA was able to continue to operate throughout the pandemic, as Western Australia has had very low rates of infection. Our colleagues in Manchester were not as fortunate and were required to operate from their homes from mid-March to mid-June. But during that time, they were able to continue to provide technical support for the WA facilities, so we continued to make progress.
Okay. Well, let's talk about Manchester then, because First Graphene is a research-driven company working on opening up numerous new markets for the product it's developed. Please shortly explain the role of your cooperation with the University of Manchester and how that has been developing. And also, please give us a quick idea of your latest collaboration with the University of Warwick, what that is meant to achieve.
Yeah, well, actually, we're a commercially driven company with a very strong research to support driving those commercial outcomes. The arrangements in Manchester are with the Graphene Engineering and Innovation Centre, or GEIC, where we're a Tier 1 participant. And in fact, we continue to be the only Tier 1 participant with an operational laboratory facility and staffing. The GEIC's a £60 million facility with another £20-odd million of equipment to support the research being undertaken. And the mandate for the GEIC is to assist in bridging the gap between academia and industry in the commercialisation of graphene. And this mandate sits very well with the goals of First Graphene. The collaboration at Warwick is with the Warwick Manufacturing Group within the university. And as the name suggests, it's focused on manufacturing and commercial outcome. So this again aligns with First Graphene's philosophy. While First Graphene has demonstrated success in hot cast polyurethanes and thermoplastic polyurethanes, or TPUs, there is actually a very large range of plastic materials. This research project with Professor Tony McNally provides the potential to move the lower cost polymers such as polyolefins and polyamides up the plastics performance pyramid, creating new value for plastic manufacturers. The potential uses for these enhanced plastics are lightweighting in automotive and aerospace, as well as the delivery of a new generation of high-performing fire-retardant plastics in mass transport, construction, mining, and the oil and gas industry. And the project is supported by the UK government, and we'll continue to provide updates on the project as it progresses.
Okay, very interesting. You said you're commercially driven. You have a couple of customers already. You're working on, as I said, on opening up new markets for existing and new products. Let's hear about those existing and potential customers now, and perhaps start with Planar Tech, a company that will be using or is using First Graphene's PureGraph in face masks. They placed a first order recently, which was a quick turnaround given that the supply agreement was only announced at the end of March or May, I think.
Yeah, well, they placed their first order for 100 kilos of PureGraph, which was promptly dispatched to their production facility in Thailand. And prior to this, their development work had been with another graphene manufacturer. But Planetech realised the only manufacturer capable of supplying the quantities of graphene they require in the time frame they wanted was First Graphene. And it's another example of First Graphene's capability to provide volumes of high and consistent quality material in a timely manner.
Okay, so that was the first batch was for face masks. Do you expect to receive further orders and develop new products with Planetech?
Well, Planetech have a contract with us that calls for the supply of 1 tonne of PureGraph 20 over the next 12 months. So yes, there'll be further drawdowns of material. And in fact, they contacted us on Monday to confirm that we had another 100 kilos available for an order that they were quoting for. And of course, we have material available for immediate shipment when it's required. Planetech are looking to develop other items in the personal protection equipment space, and these will undoubtedly require our graphene products for incorporation.
Okay. Well, while this is a single customer, another potential customer is the mining industry. First Graphene is testing graphene-enhanced bucket liners with the major player there. Can you tell us how that is going? When do you expect results and orders in that respect?
Yeah, well, the mining industry is a customer with the potential to get much larger, but it needs to be understood that it is actually the mining service providers who come to First Graphene to enhance the materials they are supplying to the large mining companies. Through our work with the mining services entities such as NewGen, we've already supplied graphene-enhanced bucket liners to 3 of the major iron ore producers in the Pilbara region in WA. The first liners which NewGen installed have now been operating for 12 months, and this is a significant achievement as these liners generally only last 26 weeks before needing to be replaced. NewGen's also supplied pulley lagging, pipe spools and other hot cast products to WA miners.
Okay, so considerable progress there. Has that helped First Graphene open doors in other areas of the mining sector, perhaps?
Well, it certainly does help us, Bjorn. The push comes from the miners to their suppliers as the miners seek to reduce operating costs and extend the periods between maintenance shutdowns, which result in lost productivity. For example, we're working with several mining service providers on the development of graphene-enhanced screen media products. Essentially, anywhere rubber or polyurethane wear material is installed is an area where PureGraph can improve performance.
Okay, so we're certainly looking forward to hearing more in that regard. Because you have a lot of other, as they say in German, irons in the fire, which other sector customer is most important for First Graphene at the moment? Where do you see the most?
We've been approached by several entities which want to use graphene for the enhanced performance it brings. And one interesting development's been for graphene in high density polyurethane or HDPE. Now this is yet another type of plastic, being a thermoplastic polymer, and one with which we had not previously dealt. And the client, Hexel Systems Proprietary Limited, wants to improve the strength of the oyster baskets they produce. Hexel's a great example of successful Australian manufacturing, producing adjustable long-life shellfish farming and other tidal systems and exporting them globally. The baskets they make are in a high-energy wave system, and Hexel wanted increased strength. We got stuck into the project, and we not only improved the strength of the HDPE, but also increased its abrasion resistance, which is also important when you're in a tidal product that's getting abrasion from sand. And again, it demonstrated that there's not just a single, but there are multiple benefits from using PureGraph. And we can achieve these things with our excellent in-house laboratory services. This project is now moving to commercial testing of the HDP, and all of this has been achieved within 3 months.
Okay, very good. So as you can see, or as people can see from our interview, from what we talked about, First Graphene has made great strides in the last 12 months since we spoke, and set itself apart from other graphene companies. Share price is not really reflecting that, though, going essentially sideways since last November of last year. Can you explain?
Look, our focus is on earnings and growth driven by R&D. And as I've outlined, these indicators are all very good. The share price is important. We are confident it will look after itself as the strong progress we've made continues and as more contracts are formalised and the graphene story is more widely communicated. We have the world's largest graphene production facility and are the recognised industry leader. So things are looking very positive.
Okay, that's good to hear. What is the goal for the rest of 2020 and beyond then? What do you think First Graphene might be able to achieve in that timeframe?
Well, the primary goal for the remainder of 2020 is to build a customer book and sales revenue. We'll continue to develop on new and innovative ways to incorporate pure graphene into a wider range of rubber and plastic materials. And I should add that, like plastics, there are more than one type and formula for rubber. Our collaborations with other industry partners will expand as we draw more attention from Australian and overseas companies who recognise we are the only bulk manufacturer of a consistent graphene product.
Okay. Thank you very much for taking the time to bring us up to speed, and we're looking forward to talking to you soon again. Thank you.
My pleasure.